Let's go ahead and get started anywhere on your mat. We'll start with the feet right under the hip bones, feet pointing straight forward. Make sure the weight's in your heels, so your knee, hip, shoulder, and ear are all stacked up above the heel or above the ankle. Pull the shoulder blades together, gently squeeze them, and then let them soften so your shoulders fall down away from your ears. Gently tuck your chin, top of the head toward the ceiling. At the same time, you're reaching the fingertips gently toward the ground. So you're feeling that dynamic tension from the heels to the top of the head and from the shoulders down to the fingertips. Find your breath in your belly. Some nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Your next inhale, let's sweep the arms slowly, stretching the elbows away from the center of your body. Exhaling down, thinking about the elbows reaching away. Now the wrists reaching away from your body as you come up. Wrists reaching away. Now the fingertips reaching away from the body. Now let's take a nice wide step. The greater the step, the greater the challenge. So you decide where you want to be tonight. Elbows and knees. As you come down, that tailbone leads the way. Stretching straight elbows, straight knees. Tailbone leads the way into a nice wide squat. Hi, Bouquet. Knees open up in the same direction the feet are pointing. If you can't get your knees that wide or pointing in the same direction that the toes are pointing, then take a slightly more narrow stance just to protect your knees. They are a hinge joint. They can take a little twisting, but not a lot over time. One more time, down as low as you can comfortably go. No pain anywhere. As we come to the top, let's straighten the elbows, straighten the knees. Then we'll sweep the arms open wide, hinge from the hips, and then gently bend the knees. Let the arms sweep in front, and then come back up, reaching at the top, straightening the elbows, straightening the knees. Coming back down again. Just paying attention to what arm sweeps in front. And alternate which arm goes in front, straightening at the top, sweeping, going as low as you can go. Always within a pain-free range of motion. One more. And let's bring the palms together. We'll gently lean to the right. Back up, gently lean to the left. Back up, and then we're gonna go down, hands to heart, and then we'll bend the knees into a nice wide leg squat. Left hand to the left knee, right hand up. And if that feels okay, a little bit over. Other way, right hand to the right knee, left hand straight up. That feels okay, a little bit over. Other side again. If you need to come up out of your squat for just a minute, go ahead and do that. Straighten the knees or come a little bit higher. See if you can go a little bit farther. There, Maddie's been wandering around looking for me. Hi, Maddie. Got home just in time tonight. Okay, that's not ideal. Okay, let's go back to prayer hands, straighten up, and then we'll go to the end of our mat for our warrior series. So if you have your blocks, go ahead and put them Toward the end of your mat, we'll take a step with the right foot, as long of a step as you like. Turn the hips so they're pointing more forward to the end of the mat. Stack the knee. The left hip's going to drop back a little bit so you get a nice stretch on your hip flexors. And let's sweep the arms straight up, shoulders down away from the ears. But the fingertips are reaching up. Elbows are as straight as you can make them. If you have to come down a little bit to get straight elbows, that's okay. And then take a few nice breaths. And we'll add just a little flow here. So think about the right elbow to the right knee. Left hand's going to stay up. And then we'll engage the core to come back up. Right elbow can come right back down, and you have a couple options. You can go to a block or to the ground, and then we'll come back up. If this doesn't feel comfortable and you'd rather just stay in your warrior one, that's fine too. Just keep flowing, and if you can start to connect your breath a little bit with the flow. And it doesn't matter if you're inhaling, going up or going down. Just connect the breath in whatever way feels natural for you. And then we're going to stop here, come to prayer hands, and then we're going to step forward with the back foot, and we'll switch out our feet. So the right foot will drop back. And we'll go through the same flow on the other side. So let's start with a nice long stretch, shoulders down away from the ear, but fingertips reaching up, elbows straight, stacking that front knee as low as feels comfortable, pain-free range. Couple breaths. And then let's start with the left elbow going to the knee, right hand staying up, and just see how that feels. Engage the core to come back up. And then you can choose, go to the knee, to the block, or to the floor, and then back up. And let's just stay with that flow. And you can slow the flow down a little bit. You don't have to go the same speed I'm going. I wouldn't speed it up a whole lot. Making a very mindful movement. Connecting your breath. I like to inhale on the way up and exhale on the way down. And let's just do a couple more. And then we'll bring the hands down through prayer to the heart, stepping forward. Okay, then we'll step back with the left foot. As far as feels comfortable, then let's turn the hips and shoulders sideways on the mat. And then we'll bend that front knee. Try not to let it fall in. Try to keep it moving behind you. To get a nice stretch through your inner thigh. And let's just pay attention to where our feet are, what you're feeling. Weight in the heels. Make sure you can wiggle your toes. Gently tuck the chin. Top of the head reaching toward the ceiling. And then let's take the arms wide. Palms down, shoulders down away from the ears. And let's turn and look over the front fingertips. So we're going to go with a similar flow. We've got our hips and legs in a little different position. So it'll pull into the body a little bit differently. So let's go right elbow to the knee, left hand up, and then back to our extended. So you're really dynamically reaching in this position. And then elbow to the knee, to the block, or to the floor. Back into the position, looking forward. Little flow. Couple more. Connect your breath, make your movement mindful. Every time you come back into that warrior two, extend, reaching the fingertips away from each other. And then let's pause back here. Let's bring the hands into prayer. Turn the hips forward, press with the back foot to come forward. And then we'll step back with the right foot. Okay, we'll turn hips and shoulders to the right. Stack that front knee up. And then we'll bring the arms out, look forward past the left fingertips. Sink into your position, pay attention to what's happening in your feet. Weight in the heels, toes can wiggle, finding your stability. Stretching the hands away from each other. And then let's go into our flow. Right hand comes up, elbow goes to the knee, then stretch it back out. We're not simply just moving from one position to another. We're extending and reaching. And then that hand can go down to your block or to the ground. Connecting your breath, whatever way feels normal, feels natural, feels comfortable. If focusing too much on the movement and the breath together makes you feel a little anxious, you can't quite make it happen, don't worry about it. One thing at a time. Let's go one more. Stretch it out, bring the hands into prayer, turn it forward, step it forward. Okay, back with the left. Okay, we'll take the right hand up. Think about reaching the bottom of the rib cage all the way up. Back shoulder relaxes. You can look forward or you can look up towards that hand. Front knee can sink as deeply as you like. You want to go a little bit farther, add a teeny back bend. Only go to where you feel stable. And let's bring that arm down. We'll bring the hands to prayer. Step it forward, other side. Back with the right. Left hand's gonna come up, reaching, feeling that stretch from the hip all the way up to the fingertips. Sinking into that front foot. Make sure your toes can wiggle. Right shoulder gets to relax. Adding that back bend if it feels good. And let's bring that arm down, coming back to the heart. Step it forward. Where are we at? Okay, let's take just a little step back with the right foot. Standing up nice and tall, nice low back curve. We're gonna bring the arms behind the back in any way that feels comfortable, reverse prayer, something like this, or just on the hips is fine too. Nice and tall, just a hinge from the hips. To stretch the back of mostly the right leg, but probably a little bit of the left as well. Still keeping the chest open, the head up. Try to push the tailbone back far enough that you're going to feel some weight in the heels of the feet. Softening your hips and thighs, allowing your body to sink in. And if you've sunk enough that your back and shoulders are more parallel to the floor, feel free to bring the arms forward onto the legs or onto your blocks. Still trying to keep a nice flat back, head up. And then let's bend the knees, push up through the heels, and just simply change out our feet. Bring the hands back behind the body. Nice and tall, open chest. Hinge from the hips, keeping that low back curve in place. Keeping the low back curve in place, make sure our hips are in good alignment. And we're getting a true stretch of the back of the legs and the hamstring muscles. Softening hips and thighs as you're able to. Nice deep breaths in the belly. Helps to allow the tissues to soften. And if you're getting down again towards parallel with the floor in your upper body, you can come to the legs or to your blocks. If you're still up here, try to keep the arms back, and that'll just keep your chest nice and open. And let's go ahead and bend the knees, and we'll press up, and then we'll come back into the center of our mat for some balance poses. So let's go ahead and place the weight into the left foot. For a tree pose, the right toes can be on the ground, or you can bring it up onto your leg. Try to not put too much pressure into your heels. Work on getting the hips level, shoulders level, weight mostly in the heel of the left foot. You'll feel the balls of the feet on the ground. Try to find a nice stable point where you don't have to rely too much on the toes, so they can just sort of kick in when you need them. And then you can choose the prayer pose, an open pose, a more challenging upward, smaller center of gravity pose. And then top of the head stretches toward the ceiling. I'm going to come down into a prayer. Just what I feel like I need. So you do whatever you feel like you need. I feel like I need to focus on my lengthening toward the ceiling. If you come out of your pose for any reason, just really slowly, mindfully go back in. Try not to rush getting back into it. Feeling a little wobbly today. Your best is going to change from day to day, so do not worry about it if it feels, don't ever think just because you have one rough night, rough day, that you're regressing. Healing and change is not linear. Let's go ahead and take one more big breath, and on your exhale, slowly soften all the way out of your pose. And then let's go onto the right foot and find whatever pose feels good on this side. Find your feet, find that groundedness in your feet, find the stability in your body, leveling out your hips, leveling out your shoulders, finding that nice arm pose that feels therapeutic, feels helpful, and lengthening towards the ceiling. Finding a visual focal point to look at is helpful as well. And take one more nice breath. On your exhale, soften your body out of the pose. Let's turn long ways on our mat, and we'll take a small step with the left foot. We'll bring our weight into that foot, toe touching with the back foot. And then the arms can be out, but keep them a little bit soft. And then we're going to slowly lift that back foot off the floor. As you bring more weight, or all the weight, into your left foot, then really focus on stability and keeping the weight in the heel as your upper body comes forward. That's going to require your tailbone to go back a little bit more to counterbalance the upper body coming forward. So focusing on not using your toes until you absolutely need to. Arms are soft so they can help you balance. Working your way towards bringing that back foot up towards parallel with the floor. If you're really good at finding your stability, the arms can come out to the side or even forward in this pose. And then slowly back out of your pose in a mindful, controlled as possible manner. That's a toughie. That's a toughie. Okay, let's go right foot forward, left toe touch. Soft knee, supporting knee. And then slowly lifting, focusing on the feet, focusing on that sense of stability as you move into the pose. And whenever you feel like you've gone as far as you're going to go in this pose, just try to relax your body and hold it in that pose. You can add wherever you feel comfortable going with the arms. Take a breath or two and then slowly back out. All right, let's turn it forward again. Let's do a twisted chair pose. So you can cross at the ankle, keeping the toe on the ground. You can have the toe off the ground below the knee or go above the knee. Let's bring the hands into prayer. If you're more comfortable having your arms out to the side to help you with balance, please do that. And then we're slowly going to send the tailbone back, finding your focal point. You can slowly ease into the pose, just sitting back as far as feels comfortable, letting the left leg bear most of the weight. It's perfectly okay if you want your toe on the ground. Breathing, trying to achieve the pose wherever you're at and soften your body, teaching your body to be soft, even though there's challenge, there's stress, your body can still be soft. And then slowly push out and relax. Okay, same thing, other side. Toe touch, toe off under the knee or over the knee. Hands wherever they feel comfortable. I'm going to leave mine out this time. Tailbone leads the motion, sitting into the pose. Trying to keep the chest and shoulders up. So your focal point should preferably not be on the floor, but be forward on the wall across from you. Breathing again, check your shoulders, check your jaw. Is everything as soft as it can be? And then we'll slowly press back up and come out of the pose. Okay, let's do a few variations of chair pose. So let's start with the feet right underneath the hips, hands in prayer, and then really let the tailbone lead the motion. Try to keep the calves as perpendicular to the floor as possible in your pose. Try not to let the knees come super far forward. Really get that tush back. Sitting as low as you can go, chest and shoulders up, the head is up, looking forward. And then we'll press back up. Okay, let's do that one more time. This time, really focus on the knees, not falling in towards each other, staying stacked up, maybe even moving a little bit away from each other. And then press back up. Okay, let's go one more time. Seeing if you can go just a teensy bit deeper. Teensy bit deeper. And press back up through the heels. Okay, let's stay this way. Let's go into a wider. Okay, tailbone goes back first. Keeping those knees stacked up over the ankles as much as you can. Okay, we're going to stay in this position for just a moment. You can stay right here, or you can reach down with the right hand and the left hand up. Back to our prayer, and then left hand down, right hand rotates up. Back to prayer. Okay, we're going to do the same thing, but the right hand's going to go down, and then if you could reach over to your left foot, reach to the left foot. You go wherever your body can go. Meet your own challenge. Other side. Left hand reaches to the right foot. Back to center. Press it up. We'll go down one more time. And we're going to shift side to side. So let's go down into our wide-legged squat, wide-legged chair pose. This time we're going to straighten the right knee, shift the weight over to the left foot. So we're getting an inner thigh stretch. You can bring your hands to your legs, stay up in prayer, or grab a block if that helps you feel more comfortable so that you can get that nice stretch. Just try to keep the head, shoulders up a little bit. And then we'll shift back to center and then straighten the left leg, bend the right knee. And then we'll press back to center and then press back up. Okay, one more balance pose. Let's go to the left foot. Okay, and then the right foot will be on the toe, or you can lift it all the way off the ground. Left hand to the right knee. Rotate the right rib cage back. We're going to stay looking forward. So the right hand can go behind. Make sure those shoulders aren't crawling up towards your ears. Create as much space as you can between the ears and the shoulders. Check what's going on in your left foot. Bring some weight into your heel. And then let's slowly come out. Okay, weight in the right foot and either toe touch or bring that knee off the ground. Left ribs rotate back, stay looking forward. Shoulders down. Head reaching toward the ceiling. And then we'll slowly let that go. Okay, let's go to the back of the mat. You might want your block for the next one. So we'll take a long step with the right foot, long as you can comfortably take. And we're gonna bend that knee, bring the elbow to the knee, left hand up. And that your right hand can stay where it's at to a block or all the way to the ground. And we're gonna bring the top hand over the ear, stretching about from the fingertips all the way down to the heel of the left foot. And then let's bring that arm back up, and then we'll reach down underneath the leg, and then all the way back up and open down underneath the leg, getting our twists in while we're standing. Think about inhaling on the way up and exhaling on the way down. Feels so good on the chest and shoulders. Let's do a couple more. And as always, you can go at your pace. And then let's go all the way back up over the ear one more time, stretching, pressing through the heel, all the way to the fingertips. Then back up, engage the core, press up through the right heel. And if you like, just turn the other direction. Switch your block if you need to. So we'll bring the left elbow to the left knee, right hand up, stretching toward the ceiling first, and then over the ear. Breathing, stretching from the fingertips all the way to the right heel. And then let's reach back up. And then we'll go down and underneath the leg. And then all the way straight up and maybe a little bit back. And down. And up. Connect the breath. That feels comfortable. I like to exhale on the way down. Inhale up. Couple more times. And let's go all the way back up and then over the ear one more time. Pressing through the heel, reaching with the fingertips. Reach back up, engage the core, press through the front foot to come all the way back up. All right, let's all find our way down to the mat. And whatever way feels good. Let's go into a cobbler's pose. If you're having trouble sitting on the ground and getting your low back curve in place, then set yourself up on a block. I'll pull the shoulders down away from the ears, gently tuck the chin, and top of the head reaching toward the ceiling. And while we're here, let's take the opportunity to stretch our neck a little bit more. Completely optional. If you have any issues, left ear toward the left shoulder, just until you feel that stretch or any kind of a block, any kind of a limitation. Stop there, whether you feel it on the left side or the right side. Soft chin, soft neck. Okay, then let's bring the chin to the chest, towards the chest. And then let's bring the head back up straight, then right ear to the right shoulder. Again, stopping wherever you feel a limitation. And then just breathe. And if you're uncomfortable in your cobbler's pose and you want to switch it out to just a cross-legged pose or an open leg pose, whatever you would like is fine. Just nice deep breaths, keeping the shoulders down away from the ears. And then let's bring the chin towards the chest again. So the head comes to midline. And then back up and then soften out of your seated pose. Let's do some shoulder rolls. A little forward, a little back, a little opposite. Okay, we've got time for just one more little gentle twist. So let's twist the rib cage to the right and reaching the arms in that direction. Let's leave the head looking forward or even over to the left. Soften the hips and thighs. Sitting up nice and tall. Slowly look right. And then slowly rotate back forward. Let's shrug the shoulders a couple times, maybe a couple seated cat cows, tuck the tailbone, bring the chin down, and stick the chest out, open the arms, head up. Back to neutral, rib cage rotates left, hands follow, look to the right. Sitting up tall, long spine. And then slowly turning the head to look left. And then slowly letting all that go, softening the body. Let's roll the shoulders, little seated cat cow. And let's make our way down to the mat. Before we go into our corpse pose, let's take the opportunity to reach the arms overhead, press the heels away, and then alternate side to side, stretching out the whole right side from the heel to the fingertips, and then the left side, heel to the fingertips. And then both sides together, reaching, elongating. And then bring the arms down to the side. Let the legs relax, the feet just fall open. Bring the chin a little bit toward the chest. And then just start to find your breath in your belly. Gently breathing, feeling your body relax a little bit more with each exhale. Feeling where the floor touches your body and your heels. Feeling where the floor touches your calves. Feeling where the floor touches your thighs, your hips. Feeling where the floor touches your back and shoulders. Feeling where the floor touches your arms and hands. Feeling where the floor touches your head. Feeling where the floor touches your whole body. Feeling where the air touches your feet. Feeling where the air touches your hands. Feeling where the air touches your face, your forehead, your cheeks, your temples, your ears, your lips, your chin, and down into your neck. Just noticing as you exhale, after all this deep stretching, deep breathing, oxygenating your system, that your body probably feels a little bit more comfortable just being soft at the bottom of an exhale, not feeling any urgency to breathe back in. Just allowing your body to take that in breath whenever it feels ready. Just noticing how calm your body feels. Just trying to think about taking that calmness, that softness with you into the rest of your day. And starting to think about bringing yourself up into a seated position. We'll wrap up our practice together. Any seated position that feels comfortable. Okay, let's take one more big breath. Bringing the hands together, coming down to the heart, and wishing one another namaste. Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.